From Inc.com, this is the Inc. Productivity Tip. Expert opinions, valuable insight, and helpful advice from today's top business coaches, thought leaders, and entrepreneurs. So let's start off today with some statistics. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, around 20% of newly established businesses experience failure within the first 2 years of operation, 45% within the first 5 years, and 65% of newly established businesses experience failure within the first decade. A mere 25% of new businesses manage to endure for 15 years or more. 1 out of 4 new businesses manage to endure for 15 years plus. Now, these statistical patterns have remained relatively stable since the 1990s, showing very little fluctuation over time. Now, there are a lot of ways to look at this. We can observe it through the lens of economic harshness, or ineffective entrepreneurial education, or a weak mindset. So let's focus on this last one and share how to develop the right sort of mindset about business and show how this is a powerful tool for building a sustainable business. And serial entrepreneur Nick Anthony Zamuson, the CEO of Best Option Restoration, has some thoughts. Now, he suggests to start by building the right perspective. The idea phase of starting a business is thrilling. As entrepreneurs, we are often enamored by the vision of what we want to build and how we want to build it. But we rarely stop to consider the realities of the ground and the potential bottlenecks because, well, frankly, that's not exciting. But according to Zamuson, this is where a lot of us get it wrong. He says, talk to an aspiring entrepreneur with a business idea, and they often have big dreams and a short timetable. Their analysis of the possibilities in their industry is often very flawed. You hear things like, if I can get 25% of the market share, I'll be doing great. But then they want to do this in 2 years, and they do not have any idea how difficult it is to gain even 1% market share. It's imperative to do your research, respect your competitors, and think in years, not just months. In business, nothing happens as fast as you want it to. We see people all the time putting together 1 to 3 month pro formas, and they're already cash positive. I mean, come on. If it were that easy, everyone would do it. It is very easy to make projections before you begin, but in business, most of the challenges are unexpected and unforeseen, especially to the inexperienced. Building a strong mindset that does not crumble under challenges is critical for entrepreneurs because challenges are sure to come. Proven entrepreneurs believe that the reason many entrepreneurs fail is that they are somewhat shocked by the difficulties they face in trying to reach their goals. Now, let's redefine shoestringing. Zamuson says, I cringe when I hear someone trying to start any business on a shoestring budget. It usually ends up bad because there are unexpected expenses that creep up in every business. Businesses need capital to build and survive, and many entrepreneurs seem to have minimized this cardinal requirement in a bid to shoestring. Now, what does a shoestring budget mean to you? Perhaps you may not have the budget to get an office space with a corner office or make some glamour expenses, but you do need enough capital to run the crucial aspects of your businesses, acquisitions, staff salary, marketing, sales, and the like. Shoestringing should not mean blind faith that things will just turn out okay. Now, to build on a shoestring budget refers to building a business on just enough capital to run its crucial operations while sacrificing other aspects until the business attains reasonable profitability. This definition entails that businesses need to ensure that they are adequately capitalized, and to do this, they need to have a clear picture of what would be required for the day-to-day running of their business. Having rose-colored glasses is dangerous in business, and almost always is a fast lane to failure. And now, let's redefine failure and embrace flexibility, because sometimes things don't turn out as you might expect, and you have to take a hard turn to another path. Now, take Nokia. That company started out making toilet paper rolls, and Samsung first set out to be a grocery store. Now, as ridiculous as that might sound, those companies have one thing in common besides the fact that they both make phones. They are still here. Challenges only lead to failure when entrepreneurs consider them the end of the road. Building a zero failure mentality entails redefining what failure means to you. Many of the 25% of businesses that survive beyond the 15-year mark in America no longer exist in their original configuration, or no longer offer what they did at the start. This shows that flexibility is a key weapon in an entrepreneur's arsenal. Samuson explains, people in creative industries often say, sometimes you have to kill your baby. Now, of course, your baby in this situation is that initial idea you had, or that initial city you wanted to set up in, or whatever conceptions formed the foundation of your business vision. Surviving in business would often require you to slay one or more of these conceptions, and because many entrepreneurs are unrepentantly attached to those conceptions, well, they sink with the ship. The truth is, the most successful entrepreneurs have experienced failure before, but they realize that often when a challenge closes a door, it opens another. Flexibility would enable an entrepreneur to pivot from one offering to another, one location to another, or one strategy to another, even when it seems hard. The goal is not give up and to keep redefining your business until you find its winning version. A zero failure mentality does not in any way entail never failing. What it means is never accepting failure as the end of the road. It entails expecting and coping with challenges and being adequately prepared before stepping out on the journey of building a business. That's all for today. For more expert opinions from today's top business coaches and thought leaders, go to Inc.com/lead. Be sure to come back on Thursday for another helpful tip from Inc.